What's up? What's up? You see a glint in that tree? Oh, yeah. It grew with that. It's had that since its birth. You running the machine today? No, we're gonna be welding today. After after we educate a little bit. What's the next step? Well, today we're gonna finish the last 3 welds on the third propane tank live, and then next we'll be welding on the manway, which is like the lid, pretty much. Oh shit! I hope my Instagram didn't just get hacked again, because I just got logged out. Which is weird. Like, why did I just get logged out? I swear to actual piss. If I get hacked by Russians again, dude. Hey, do we have any moderators in the TikTok? Hey, John, you want to be a moderator in TikTok? What's up, guys, on Facebook? What's up, YouTube? Yeah, so John, pretty much the only duty as a moderator is really to just help the other moderators keep the Cash App pinned. NatureJab or Cash App $$ NatureJab. Just keep it pinned in the TikTok chat because it goes off after every minute. Oh yeah, Memory's in here. Thank you, Memory. All right, let's go live on Instagram and we'll get started. This camera stand is so stiff. Facebook here. Trying to make sure everybody can see everything. Boom. Okay. You guys on YouTube are good. Alright, I appreciate you, John. Thank you. Yeah. Of course, I trust you as well, John. Alright, so let us... You'll be driving? No worries. No worries. Obviously, don't text and drive. I'm just saying, if you're ever in here and you are able to, you see that it's not being, pinned, that'll help a lot. What's good? What's good on YouTube? I was waiting for you. Really learn through your journey. Hey, what's up, Back to Genesis on YouTube? What's up, Brandy? What's up, Genuine NPC? What's good, Julian? It's been freaking years since I first discovered your content. Glad to see you're still loving the work. Always, man. We're not going anywhere with it. We're not going anywhere. We're only expanding. All right, let's get us started on Instagram here, and then we'll actually get started for the day once we get this Instagram started. No, we just like to maximize the message here. Why is there a dude in a suit watching you on the fence? Paul, thank you for the early stream donations on the TikTok. Jordan, thank you for the $5 Cash App early stream donation to the Cash App. I appreciate you guys for your donations, contributing to the project. What's good, Instagram? You said, are we welding? We are going to be welding today. A little bit later stream. I want to spend some time in the beginning to educate people because the audience is always growing. You guys do an amazing job at sharing the message. We always have a lot of new people coming in. Almost pretty much every week we have like maybe a few thousand more people. There's a red dot on my forehead. Yeah. You better have them full pin welds. Yeah, we do. But you won't be seeing the roots because we already did the root like last week. Thank you, John. I appreciate you. What you welding today, brother? We're gonna be doing 3 welds on this. Of course, you see it's rusty. We'll get the rust off, whatever. And we'll be doing 3 welds over it. Looking forward to your book. I already have a stainless steel cylinder. Perfect. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. The book is in the works, guys. You the MVP. I appreciate you, Nathan, on Facebook. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So what process are you using to weld? Flux core 035. You said, by the way, guys, what he's doing has already been invented. He just found a more efficient way to do it. Yeah, absolutely. And I make sure I make that clear in all my videos. In fact, even in my bio, I say I'm an innovator of microwave pyrolysis, not the inventor of microwave pyrolysis. I'm making it more efficient. I'm making it able, because it has been around, but obviously it's been around, but we still have ocean plastic, so it clearly hasn't been done good enough yet. And we have to do it better. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get it to a point where we will be able to do this and get rid of plastic waste, make it profitable to get rid of plastic waste. So that's pretty much the whole goal. Let's see. You'll cop the book. Well, that's great. Yeah, the book will be coming out relatively soon. Give it about a month or so, and we'll have the book out. You know, going over the backstory of everything, but also there will be some blueprints in the book too to build some simple machines, some simple pyrolysis machines, and maybe a little bit more advanced ones too. We got $10 from Zach on Cash App. I appreciate you, Zach, for the $10 donation. And we also got $2.30 from Nancy on Cash App. Thank you so much, Nancy, for the $2.30, and thank you again, Zach, for your contribution to the project. Zer, thank you for the roses on TikTok. I appreciate you guys. How does it work? So, yes, I always like to explain how the machine works, like in the beginning of my streams and at the end of my streams, so that way, you know, we can make sure that people get the message at the beginning and at the end. So let me make sure my machine is in the shot on all the platforms here, so everybody can see it. Okay, $10 on Cash App from Alyssa. Thank you so much, Alyssa, for the $10 on Cash App. I appreciate you. All right, so let's go over this machine and how it works. Okay, so we're building Mark 4.5, which are these tanks you see down here, big compared to this up here. But this was Mark 4. Thank you for the roses on TikTok, Lorcia. This was Mark 4, my best machine up to date. But it had electrical fire. It hasn't run in a little bit. But Mark 4, like I said, was my best machine up to date. It did prove that we could make this continuous. So how did it work? All right. So how this worked in short was plastic would be loaded in through the front, which is where I'm pointing, right? Plastic loaded in there, and then the plastic was inside, and there would be blades. There are blades on the inside that spin the plastic around, and those blades help the plastic have maximum surface area contact with microwaves at all times. Kevin Chapman with the $20 on Kevin Chapman Sr. with the $20 on Cash App. Thank you so much for the $20. Joshua Simmons on Cash App with the $5.50. I appreciate you guys for the donations. Hey, what's up, Giovanni on TikTok? Good to see you. Hey, I like your profile picture, man. I like it. Is that? Oh, it's almost like my profile picture. It's a leaf and a circle. I like it, man. Good to see you, Giovanni. All right, going back to it. Blades help the microwave, the plastic always be in contact with microwaves. Okay, it's like if you have an air fryer. Anybody in here has an air fryer, you know that you can't just put something in the air fryer and just leave it sitting there. You have to shake it up, agitate it a little bit, baby. So we have those blades in there to kind of do the same effect, but more professional, you could say. So, blades spin the plastic around, microwaves turn on, the microwaves then heat up the plastic. Now, there's a very important step here. Look at the container. It's no open container. This is closed. This is sealed. No oxygen, no air. Since there's no oxygen or air, the plastic, when it's heated up, does not catch on fire and burn. We are not burning plastic, okay? There is no burning plastic in this process. Next person that comes in my stream and says, you're burning plastics, will have things done to them. They will have their esophagus stretched, okay? Because we're not burning plastic. What we're actually doing is the process of pyrolysis. And what is that? Pyrolysis is when you heat something up, break it down in the absence of oxygen. Yo, Kyle said burning. All right, Kyle. I hope you've been doing your esophagus exercises, Kyle, because there's gonna be things that are gonna happen to you. All right, but anyways, we'll deal with him later. Okay, guys. In the meantime, let's actually explain this to the people that want to listen. Okay. Pyrolysis is when you heat something up in the absence of oxygen. So you use pure heat to break it down. When you have set something on fire, when you have a flame, it's not just pure heat. You have the heat and oxygen breaking it apart. Hence why you burn carbon and you get carbon dioxide, because there's oxygen. We got $20 on Cash App from Terrence Fisher. Terrence Fisher, thank you for the $20 donation on Cash App. I appreciate you so much, man. Thank you so much for your contribution to the project. Okay, so when there's no oxygen, it cannot burn, it cannot form dioxide. So you know when people say, if you burn plastic, it's bad for the environment. Yes, you're right, it is. Why? Because you get dioxins formed. And the only way you can have dioxins is if there's oxygen. But there is no oxygen. What's about to be is some oxy balls in your mouth if you say we're burning plastic. That's what's going to happen. So we're not burning the plastic, okay? You said, do we vacuum it out of there? You can vacuum it out. I didn't vacuum it out of this one because I didn't trust my gaskets and my welds on this machine enough to be airtight enough to where if we were vacuuming it in, there wasn't some pinholes that would actually suck in oxygen and it blows up, okay? But you can vacuum it out if you have a good enough chamber. I would personally just use argon or nitrogen or CO2 or any other type of gas to push out the oxygen, to displace the oxygen, okay? It doesn't matter how you do it, just get all the oxygen out and do not let it come back in. If you let oxygen back into the machine while it is running, you have created a bomb. So you don't want oxygen anyway. Who wants a bomb? I don't, okay? I don't. So we're not going to do that, okay? We're not going to have oxygen in there. And so not only would you be creating dioxins, but you're also going to blow yourself up. So yeah. You say, what was your major in uni? I have no major. I self-taught. $30 on Cash App from Cool K. He sent the $30 for positive vibes and for the innovation. Man, I appreciate you so much. It means so much to me, every single one of you that donates. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate everybody who has donated. What is the pressure that this operates on, you ask? Great question. This operates at pretty much no pressure. You know I'm doing these. You guys that have been in here know I've been doing these crazy welds. 6 welds on every single one of these joints to make sure it's absolutely airtight. But guess what? It doesn't even operate under pressure. Okay? It pretty much operates under 0 psi, but sometimes you have pressure spikes. i.e., when you load plastic in the reactor. When you load it in, there are pressure spikes. When you first start the reactor up, there are pressure spikes. And if you have failed gaskets, failed welds, those pressure spikes will result in an explosion, a mini explosion, not a big one, but a mini pressure explosion. Okay? Can you explain the liquidation process? Yeah, I'll explain how we get liquids from the process in a second. How does the microwave not make the metal spark? Okay, take a look at your microwave body. Okay, your microwave at your house. It's made of metal. The inside is metal. Microwaves only spark and arc off of metal if it has sharp points. So I haven't shown you guys this because there's really no way I can. But every time I finish a weld, I go in the propane tank. I dive in it. Okay, I look around, take my grinder, make sure the grinds are smooth. When we built the blades that are going to go in this, we make sure they're rounded and smooth. Because if you have sharp arc points, the microwaves will cause plasma to form off of the metal. Which is not necessarily a bad thing, because the plasma still will break down the plastic. But it's better that that energy is actually sent to the plastic and not the metal. So if it's smooth metal, microwaves have no problems. They just bounce off. Okay, they just bing, 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 bing. That's all they do all day. Right? So that's a great question, because you're like, if we put a fork in the microwave, then obviously we know what happens. How the heck do you put gigantic auger blades spinning around in the microwaves, and we're not getting sparks because I make sure they have no sharp points and are as smooth as can be. Okay, so flap discs are my friends. Rock wheels are my, well, maybe not rock wheels, they're kind of rough, but flap discs and sanding discs are my friend. Not sure if plasma forms with grapes, which are round. Okay, but there's a difference why plasma forms with grapes, because you have to have two grapes together for the plasma to form. Because what happens is when you have two grapes together, the microwave wavelength, right, which is about 12, between 11 and 12 centimeters, it gets trapped between the two grapes. And then it ends up getting stuck and it just bounces off a bajillion times or so. So grapes are one of the very few exceptions because they're like the perfect shape to where it would trap the microwave wavelength itself between those two grapes. Just like I trap your tongue between my two balls. So that's really the only exception. But when it comes to most of the time, if you want to form plasma in a microwave, you either have to have sharp points of metal, you have to have microwave susceptors like silicon carbide or graphite or carbon, or yeah, you could have two grapes. But other than that, there's not many other ways to form good plasma in a microwave. Thank you for the $5 donation, Brandon Barrera on the Cash App. I appreciate your $5. It means so much to me. Going also Mark 4.5, I appreciate all of you. So yeah, that's just the microwave science. But speaking of the microwave science here, okay? Speaking of the microwave science, you guys know, you have those microwave safe dishes, right? You put in your microwave. They're made of plastic. So you're like, they don't heat up. If you go right now and get a bag of plastic waste, put it in your microwave, it's not going to heat up. It's not going to break down. So how the heck are we breaking down and heating up the microwaves in this? Isn't that like just like cheating? Like, isn't that, it's fake? It has to be fake, right? Right? It has to be fake. No. It doesn't. It's not fake. And let me tell you how. We are not heating up the plastic. What ends up happening is this right here. We mix the plastic with a microwave susceptor. A microwave susceptor is a material that absorbs microwaves super readily. Like it will absorb microwaves and get to like 1,000 degrees type stuff. I'm talking Celsius. So that's like 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, okay? We mix the plastic with that. The plastic then gets heated up by that susceptor. Then the plastic becomes carbon. And guess what carbon is? A microwave susceptor. So then that plastic that became carbon becomes heated up carbon to heat up the rest of the plastic. So it becomes a self-feeding cycle for how the plastic will heat it up itself. But to get it started, you have to mix it with something. You just put raw plastic in there, it's not going to work. How does the agitation moving? We have a motor. Now, right now, this machine, like I said, has been disserviced. The motor's not on it, but we're going to be using the motor for this one here. Ow, I just hit myself in the freaking knee. Goodness, bloody gracious. Yeah, carbon as a catalyst, but the proper term is a microwave susceptor because the carbon is a chemical catalyst as well, so you can. I've dry ice-cooled condenser or Liebig condenser. Liebig condenser, because that's gonna be expensive to get dry ice every time. Just do Liebig, like I said, man. I know it sounds complex up front to build it and get the soldering, but just trust me, I've been through it all, okay? I've tried to cut corners, and I've learned what's the cheapest and actually works. Build a Liebig condenser every time. Input versus output. 25 kilowatt hours in electricity, 48.8 kilowatt hours out in all the products combined. That was with the batch machine. Mark 4.5 is going to be continuous, which means we can load in plastic while it's running, which in other words means more and more efficiency. Let's see. Let me catch up on YouTube here. What is the cash goal you're looking to reach this year? It really depends because, you know, for Mark 4.5, I estimate Mark 4.5 is about 20,000, but Mark 5, the machine itself with lab space combined probably is 1 million. But I do want to build or at least start building Mark 5 this year. So I guess, yeah, it'll be 1 million because Mark 4.5 is going to be done in probably a little bit over a month. I got you. Appreciate you answering all the questions. For sure, for sure. That's the whole point. That's what we're doing. Education. Oil is natural. How you're reversing a polymer? Because the polymers come from oil. So technically, plastic is natural. As weird as it may sound, technically, plastic is a natural product, right? Let's see. My welds are so good that I only grind them down for 15 minutes to make sure the paint looks good. Yeah, you don't have to grind. I don't have to grind down my welds on the outside, only on the inside of the container because they penetrate through, and you don't want any rough spots because then the blades could get caught up, or you could have arcs from the plasma. You said I'm lying about you said I'm lying about the input or output. So here's the thing about the input and output. I know I'm saying it on here, and you're like, well, what's the basis? What stops us from just knowing you're literally just saying numbers to make it sound good? Go on my YouTube channel, NatureJab. If you go on the YouTube channel, in fact, you don't even have to go to the YouTube channel. Go to my link tree, naturejab.info. And that video that's in my link tree has my best run of this machine ever, where we got those numbers, and also how we calculate them as well. Now, I'll say it like this. It's actually not that shocking to get a high output, because already existing industrial pyrolysis machines that exist already in the world that don't use microwaves already make enough gas to once they're started, they can switch off and run off of their own gas. You can look up a ton of plants that already do that. So for us to say that we're using microwaves, which is more efficient, and then be able to do that is even better of a chance of, you know, having way more than just the gas be more, but then all the other products as well. But like I said, I understand you want to be skeptical, but for any skeptics, please go to the YouTube channel. I have so many videos. We've done the calculations. You have to check that out before we can really come here and have a true argument or debate. I don't argue, I debate. Because otherwise, you're going to be saying something like, those numbers are fake. And I'm like, well, did you actually look at the calculations of how much gas, how much liquid, how much carbon we got? And then, you know, you'll be like, no, I didn't. You're just saying it's a lie for no reason. You know, we have to have base and foundational debates. So check out my YouTube channel, check out the videos, and I'll be doing a Q&A later tonight. You can come in there, and then we'll be able to see what's up, if you found any flaws or anything. Because I always appreciate critiques. That's how we grow. That's how we sharpen ourselves. That's how we grow and get better with the process. All right. So, going back to these microwaves, we explained the basis of how this works. Now, somebody asked, can you explain the liquidation? How do we get the actual liquids from plastic? Okay, we're not burning the plastics. We explained that because it's airtight, no oxygen, no fire. Okay, but how do we then turn this solid into a liquid? So what happens is the plastic's in here, microwaves heat it up, microwaves break it down. It turns into a liquid first inside of this. Okay, it's a liquid now. Liquid plastic. Then what ends up happening is it cracks. Now, to crack means the bonds that keep it together on a chemical level. The bonds that make it solid plastic split. So now it's not solid anymore. It's a chemical change. It's just like if you set a piece of wood on fire, that smoke that comes from the wood is a chemical change. That smoke is not wood anymore, right? So this vapor that comes from this plastic, when that plastic cracks, is no longer plastic. It's crude oil vapor. We're reverse engineering the plastic back to crude oil because that is what crude oil comes from to begin. Well, that's what plastic comes from to begin with, crude oil. Okay, so it cracks into that crude oil vapor. Now that it's a vapor, we can put it through the process of condensation. What is condensation? Condensation is when you take a vapor and you cool it down to return it to a liquid, okay? Water goes through condensation. When you take steam, you put it into a condenser, or you take steam, goes up into the air as clouds, condenses back down as rain. We do the same thing with a condenser here, and we turn this crude oil vapor back into crude oil. And what is the crude oil? What is in crude oil? Gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, the fuels of this world. Boom, okay? Next, there are some vapors that never condense, never turn to liquids. Those vapors, guess what they are? Natural gas. So we get gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, natural gas, and carbon from this process. A lot of products, and all those products are the waste products. Those are the byproducts. The process of pyrolysis is completely enclosed and controlled. We do not emit anything that comes out. We don't emit vapors unless this machine is leaking or has a serious problem going on. Everything is controlled and captured. There are no emissions from this machine itself other than the electricity to run it, okay? So if we run this machine off of solar panels, no emissions, period, okay? So, going off of that point, now we start to talk about the actual technology behind this. Microwaves. We know this machine operates off of microwaves. How do I operate off of microwaves? You guys know at this point, I get scrapyard microwaves to get some components out. Now, we always do our quizzes in here, so I hope you guys are paying attention, because I always tell you this. The consequences are dire if you don't get my questions right. Brian, why are you calling me your father on TikTok? I'm not your dad, Brian. I'm not your daddy, so stop calling me your daddy. Okay. So, this right here is a magnetron. The magnetron is what creates microwaves. Okay? Go say that again. This is the magnetron. The magnetron is what creates microwaves. This is in every single microwave oven, including yours at home. I take apart microwave ovens from the scrapyard to get this out. I mount this on my machine. You see Mark IV behind me? You see those blocks on it? Those are magnetrons. That's why? Because we need to get the microwaves in the machine. The only way to get the microwave in the machine is to take magnetron and mount it to machine. Okay? Next, there's another thing we have to get. We have to get capacitor. The capacitor, this is a crucial electric part. So magnetrons, these right here operate off of DC electricity, direct current. But when you plug your microwave into the wall, it's AC. So it has to turn the AC into DC. The capacitors are part of the circuit that converts the AC into, at this point it goes up to, I believe, it's either 2,000 or 4,000 volts DC. I think it's 2,000 volts. 2,000 volts DC. But how does it get to such a high amount of voltage? Through this right here. The transformer. The transformer takes 120 volts in. Yeah, here, there we go. So it takes 120 volts in. It puts out 2,000 volts AC. This then turns that 2,000 volts AC into 4,000 volts DC. And then that goes to your magnetron. So we have the transformer. We have the capacitor. And then we have the magnetron, okay? Now, quiz time. It is a quiz time. Okay? If you get these quiz questions wrong, there will be dire consequences, like I say. So I hope you guys have been paying attention, because we don't give this game for free. This is the magnetron. What does the magnetron do? What does it do? You said your brain is hurting? Well, there's going to be some other things hurting if you get this wrong. There's going to be some other things hurting. Okay. Creates microwaves. You guys are saying creates microwaves. Is that the answer, though? Is that the answer? Does it create microwaves, though? You said converts AC to DC. Oh, my Lord. Oh, my Lord. Oh, man. I really hope that anointing oil is going to stretch out your jaw, because there's about to be some big balls in your mouth tonight, because you completely got it wrong. That's not what it does. It creates microwaves. You are confusing the most essential component with the capacitor. You're confusing the heart of this whole process. The most important piece that creates the microwaves with this little thing here. See, that's why you have to be punished. It's treachery. Why are you beating yourself up, bro? Because I have to unleash my anger right now, because I won't be able to punish you for your treacherous acts until later. What's up, guys, on YouTube? Can you put the gas engine in the car? Yeah, we have a video of the car running on the YouTube. We have a playlist on it too. Do you know what exactly makes the reactor efficient with size? What makes it efficient with size is because when you get the machine so big, right, you can obviously put in way more plastic at once. Now, once these machines get up to temperature, I have YouTube videos on this. My Mark IV, at the hottest it ever got, was almost 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Almost 500 degrees centigrade. Right? 500 degrees centigrade or 1,000 degrees Fahrenheit is instantly hot enough to turn plastic pretty much into fuel almost immediately. Plastic into vapor almost immediately, right? So when you have such a big machine, you can load in so much plastic, it gets so hot and it retains the heat better. And on top of retaining the heat better, with a bigger machine, you're going to have more industrial level magnetrons with industrial level power supplies. For example, let me say it like this. This circuit in your microwave, the magnetron transformer, these operate at 50% efficiency, meaning you're losing half the electricity you put in. Industrial level ones operate at 90%, 90, 95. So just in us, look, I told you, we're already efficient with this, operating with these. So just by making it with the proper parts alone, we're instantly gonna boost our efficiency way more. You said you're ignoring the tire hogs. Let me, wait 1 second. Charles, thank you for the $5 donation on Cash App. I appreciate you, Charles, for the $5. Charles Gainey, I appreciate your contribution. So in my process of making these machines, I looked at as much as possible online at what already existed with microwaves. And I did find about the tire hogs, the machines that use microwaves to turn tires into carbon and fuel and liquid. And complete respect to them. Like I said, I'm not the first in the industry. And in fact, I'm not even trying to gatekeep anything. That's why I show everybody how to make this, because we want as many people and industries and companies to make this. So when it comes to the tire hog, right, their machines are smaller. Their machines go on trailers. Their machines aren't these big industrial continuous machines. So people say, okay, Tire Hog is already making machines that processes tires. For one, they are processing tires. A tire machine may not always be the same as a plastic machine, for one. But for two, their machines are smaller. I'm telling you guys right now, the plan and the goal is to make the first large-scale, industrial, continuous microwave pyrolysis reactor for plastic waste. That's what the goal is. So even if Tire Hog was industrial, they're processing tires. I'm trying to process plastic waste. And anybody who has built a pyrolysis reactor, you would know that just because you can process tires in a machine does not mean you can process plastic. Certain things may be different, may change, because you would have to ask yourself, okay, why aren't they processing plastic then, right? Why are they just doing tires? Giovanni, thank you, Giovanni Halson, for the $1. He said, open up them jaws, Julian. Well, thank you for the $1, but you clearly got this reversed. It might be opposite day for your correlation of what I'm saying. It must be opposite day for your interpretation of what I do and what I'm saying, because it's not my jaws that are going to be open. It's not my jaws, buddy. But thank you for your $1. Okay, I might go easier on you. In fact, since you gave me $1, I'll put one of my 3 balls in your mouth instead of all 3. Okay, how about that? What keeps the microwaves insulated? So you can use internal insulation because microwaves heat from the inside out. So if you use external insulation, it won't be as efficient as internal insulation, right? I didn't do that in this machine. We just put insulation on the outside to stop the heat from the outside escaping. Okay, so I'll say this one last time, Ronan, because you're still on here talking, and I told you what to do. Just go to my YouTube channel, Ronan. Just go to the YouTube channel. Watch the videos, because you're over here talking, but you're not watching. You could have been watching my videos by now. You could have been halfway through my videos and see that all the claims I'm making are based on what I've literally done here in my backyard. The literal calculations we've done, I put together with my Discord community of scientists all over the world. So just go watch the videos, because you're in here saying things, but you're not backing them up with anything real, because if you actually watch my videos and you actually see the calculations we've actually physically done, and this was a year ago, then you will completely change your argument, because the truth of the matter is it's literally right there. It's facts. We've live streamed the reactor running. We've live streamed us putting it in things. Like, you know, I understand people are skeptical, but you can't just sit here when I'm telling you the solution. You can't just sit here and keep chatting and yapping in the chat when I'm telling you to spend your energy and time and watch my YouTube videos, naturejab.info, okay? So, look, I gotta keep it real. If you keep just sitting here talking, I can't get mad at my moderators mute you, because I'm literally telling you what to do, but you're sitting in here talking. And you could be watching my videos. Like I said, to everybody that's skeptical, I understand why you're skeptical, but go naturejab.info. In my URL and watch my YouTube videos. We have over 100 videos of me building the machine, running the machine, and then come back to me. Then come back, and if you want to debate after that, come back. But you can't sit here talking and your claims are based on what you see on social media, because social media is purely to grab people's attention. I show my actual science, the actual realities of the machine on my YouTube and Rumble channel, and that's period. Let's see. Giovanni sent $1 on Cash App. He said, go back to modeling. I'll be back. He said, Andrew Tate wants to invest in you. Look, here's the thing. Look, I'll be honest with you. I've had way better experiences with people without money than people with money. Because there will be millionaires who speak to me and don't donate $1, but they want to invest. And then there's people who just are humble, regular working people that will donate $50. I'm just saying, like, people just, you know, usually people just want to get what they can get out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what the issue is. That's why I haven't had investors up to this point. I'm doing things differently. Not about to give half of the company. Pressure Only Co on Cash App with the $10 donation. He said, for keep grinding. I appreciate you for the donation so much, Pressure Only Co. Much blessings to you and your business. Thank you for the letting donations on TikTok. Once your amp draw on the whole unit. Ooh, I know the kilowatt hours. I don't know what the amps are. I forgot it, but will it be possible? Okay, so we'll say it like this. On average, every single microwave consumes about 8 to 10 amps. This one right here had 3 microwaves on at once, so let's just say 30 amps. This one right here is going to have 8 to 12 microwaves on, so it's going to be at probably about 100 amps. So that's why we have to run it off of a generator, period. They don't see nothing but the money it will produce in the future. Yeah, I mean, and I understand that, right? But it's so obviously fake. Because they come to me and they're like, oh my goodness, man, I love what you do, man. I support you all the way. Man, I love it so much. Oh my goodness, it's so good, and I want to back it in whatever way I can. And that's why I want to invest. But then they don't even donate not $1, you know. So I'm just saying, like, because they want to invest, so that way they can get something out of it. And I understand, of course. We all know this is a billion dollar industry. So I understand it. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. However, it's just kind of ironic, because like it's kind of like fake at that point. It's like, obviously you're not wanting to support it in any way you can unconditionally. You're supporting it under the condition that you can get equity out. And what I'm saying is, normal, humble people from humble beginnings just donate just because they support the project truly. So that's why I appreciate everybody who does donate, because it means so much to me, because I've personally experienced what it's like when somebody just is kind of two-faced. Like, they tell you, I support what you do 100% unconditionally, but only if you let me have 10% of your company, 50% of your company, you know? That's what I'm saying, you know? And that's not about the investment. It's business. I get it. But don't lie, though. Don't say that you truly back this with your whole heart. And then but as soon as I say I'm not going to give you 50%, then you back out. You know what I'm saying? Don't just, you know? You should still support me either way if you truly were about it to begin with, whether I give you a percentage or not. Damon Robertson sent $20. He said, forget the haters and non-believers. We got $1 from, I think it was Jeremy. Let me see. Jarrell Smith. Jarrell Smith with $1 on Cash App. I appreciate everybody who's donating. So I guess you could say when it comes to doubters and stuff, I mean, the truth of the matter is there's literally nothing on earth you could do. Angel, thank you for the donations on TikTok. There's nothing on earth you could do and not have doubters. That's a part of the duality of being successful. That's a part of the duality of getting things done. You have creative energy going into things. People are going to want to distract you and divert you and take the energy away. That's period. But I don't, sometimes it gets cringy when people, you know, are always like, man, they're just a hater. Because, okay, here's the thing. There are some people that are truly just haters. But there are some people that maybe they're emotional because maybe they don't know how to control their emotions. But we just got an order from on the Cash App store from Mulwa. Thank you, Mulwa, for the merch. The merch. There are some people, right, who actually have real claims, but they just are emotional. They don't know how to control their emotions and not come off in a toxic way. So I don't like to ever silence my critics, because critics sharpen your mind. They help you see your weak points, how you can improve things. I never want to silence those people. And I don't want to just categorize everybody as a hater. Tyree, thank you for the $5 for the $5 donation on the Cash App. I appreciate you, Tyree, right? That's what it's all about. You want to improve yourself and your process and your understanding as much as possible. You gotta be critiqued to do that. But some people don't know how to control their emotions and just speak I guess you could say formally, but they instead just speak from emotion because, you know, some people it might be jealousy, some people it might be anger, or I don't know. But then there are some people who do just truly make baseless claims. You know, like, I respect somebody. If somebody came in this chat right now and they actually did their due diligence on me on this process, actually watched my YouTube videos, read my website, read the research papers I post, linked on my facts, my FAQs, and then they come back and then they're saying things, I actually would genuinely respect them. Because you've done your due diligence, you clearly started the process, and you're coming to me with real claims based on what I have done, not claims based on what you have, or what you think, or what you feel. But the issue I've ran into is that when I've had a lot of people, like on TikTok, be like, oh, this is fake. They go to my YouTube channel, and then they're like, oh, this is real. The issue I've always ran into is when anytime somebody does actually do all the research on me, they never say anything, right? They never actually come back and then they're like, oh, this still is fake or whatever. I do have some people that say like, well, maybe, okay. Oscar sent $5 for 2 to 5% equity. Well, thank you, Oscar Robles, for the donation. I appreciate you. So like I have some people, because on my YouTube channel, like I said, my YouTube is the best. So there are people that critique my YouTube channel in the comments, and they say things like, okay, you are getting efficiency, okay, but you're not getting enough efficiency. Okay, that's a valid criticism. I respect that. You watched the video, you understand the calculations, and now you're just critiquing what I've done. And there's some people that might say, okay, well, you made this machine, you got efficiency, but how do you know that it's scalable? How do you know it's actually going to work at a bigger scale? You know, all these types of things, the real questions. And that's why we do the Q&As, because when we do Q&As, we do have people from everywhere, from Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, Instagram. So in that, you're going to have some of my OG YouTube people that have watched probably over 100 of my videos and keep it real. And then we answer the real questions. But we do get very few real questions when it comes to actually like questions that challenge how this, if this would actually be feasible or actually work. Stephen West, thank you for the $5 on the Cash App. I appreciate you. And let me tell you why. We get very few questions that challenge if it actually works or if it's going to work, because this process already exists, right? We got $2 on Cash App from Cleophas. We got $2 from Cash App from Cleophas. Thank you so much for the donations, guys, on Cash App. This is a real process that's been well documented in science for decades now, right? And that's what it is. Like, it's a real science. This is not like I'm trying to create a science. I tell people all the time I didn't invent it. I'm just improving on it. In fact, the reason I even know how to do this without going to college and having a degree is because I literally just looked up on Google microwave pyrolysis of plastic waste. It's a good step ladder for resolving plastic recycling problems. I respect you to the fullest. Thank you so much, Christopher. Yeah, that's what it is, guys. We want to truly recycle plastic, because when you turn plastic one bottle into another bottle, it's not true recycling, because that plastic bottle you recycle gets weaker and weaker every time, and eventually it's going to end up in the landfill or ocean when it no longer can be recycled anymore. Do you sell or use your fuel? Do you store it? I've been storing my fuel because, well, I used to use my fuel to like mow my lawn and stuff. Mandarin, thank you for the $1. Stephen West, thank you for the $5 on Cash App. Mandarin with the $1 said, let me see what Mandarin said. 1 second. Mandarin said, go live with Ronan. Okay, Ronan. They want me to go live with you, but right now we're gonna get started welding soon. But Ronan, make sure you're in later tonight for the Q&A, okay? And I'll let you in live and we'll talk. It'll be around, let me think. Well, probably 7 p.m. EST. So make sure you're back in here, Ronan, because I will let you in and we will talk. We will talk. It'll be a very good conversation. Very good conversation. Ronan, you say who is Ronan? He's the guy on the Instagram that's just saying, like, you know, he's critiquing the process. Hey, respect to that. Respect to critiques. And they're saying we should let him in. So we will let you in, Ronan, when we have the Q&A later tonight. He still hasn't watched the videos. Hey, he may or he may not. What's good? It's good to see you, Waffle, on the YouTube. I recognize you from Twitch, man. What's up? What's up, Bringer of Change on YouTube? What's up, Rhyme Time on YouTube? You got the game on lock. You don't need nobody's opinion. Well, it's not about opinions. Like I say, if we have genuine critiques, we got $20 from Jackson Williams for what's your end goal for the project. Jackson Williams, first of all, thank you so much for your donation. The end goal is we want these machines everywhere. Because if we have these machines in every city, province, and country, what's going to end up happening is every bit of plastic waste, right, will be dealt with at the source. There will be no plastic waste going to the oceans or to the landfills even, because why take it there when you could take it to a place that will give you fuel and money for it? So that's the goal. That's the long-term goal. We got to go industrial first. Once we go industrial, Mark V, we prove it works industrially. It's like a parasite. It's going to spread so quick. Because I already have so many connections all over the world. The people are like, when the machine is ready, just let me know. We got you. Okay, that's it. Period. All over the world. So as soon as we got this stuff out here, that's what the goal is. But thank you for the donation, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Can we do the debate at 5 p.m.? No, I don't go live at 5 p.m. I'll go live at 7 p.m. But what I'll do, Legendary, is I will, if he does show up and he is there, I'll make sure that I record it, and then we'll make clips out of it. Because if we actually have a debate, it'll be cool, because I've yet to have a debate up to this point. So I'm excited myself. Because like I said, these things sharpen your mind, they sharpen your understanding of the process. It's a win-win, as long as you're respectful. That's it. Just EST, 7 p.m. EST, we go live on the Q&A. If Ronan comes in there, I'll let him in, okay? A debate is always a win-win, as long as you're respectful and you stay logical, all right? You know they said the moment you go emotional, you lose, because now you're not growing anymore. But ultimately, there's no way that anything in this world can take from you if your perspective is strong. Everything is a win-win, right? It sharpens your mind, sharpens your own understanding. So I love debates. I love debates. So please, Ronan, show up. You said those welds are rusted. They are rusted. It's just surface level rust, though. We got a little grinder. We'll take it off in a second. Will it be affordable for households? Unfortunately, 9 out of 10 times it won't be able to be on your household. What's up, Wisdom, and Instagram? I remember you because you donated to the Cash App. What's up, Wisdom? You said, what's the debate on? He just had some critiques of the process. Well, he was saying I was lying. I just call it critiques of the process. So, of course, we want to understand where he's coming from, where his claims are based. I did tell him to watch my YouTube video, so hopefully he will, and we can have our basis in what I have done and not just what somebody feels. But we'll see how it goes if he shows up. Like I said, he has to show up. We need small home-scale units. Look, it probably will not be legal for me to sell these at your home. You can't sell a whiskey still at your home legally. But what I can do is I can write a book that puts in blueprints on how you can make it at home. Big with the $2. Thank you for the $2 cash. Look, look. I'm just saying this. I'm just spitballing, okay? Okay? So don't hold this against me later. But maybe this might happen. Maybe I might just make a book with blueprints on how to make it. And then, look, I'm not selling the machine, but somebody sees the book and makes a company where they sell the machines for you to buy at home. Maybe that happens, okay? Just saying. But I myself can't do that because I am operating in legalities and doing this right. And unfortunately, these type of machines will not be legal because I promise you, if you can't even make your own moonshine at home, you're not going to be able to legally make your own gasoline at home. But if somebody goes on the dark market, under the table, and sees my book and makes the machine and you buy it, hey, get yourself a machine. I'm just saying. That's all I'm saying. But so I'm focused on the industrial level. But I would love to have these on the home level. Obviously, you guys know me. You know me at my house. I'm gonna have my own machine, of course. Of course. So yeah, if you want to, you should be able to. We're gonna have the book. Book's gonna be coming out. What's up, One Body Productions? The book's gonna be coming out in about a month or so. Book's gonna be coming out. Can it be smaller than this? This is about the smallest you can get it. Does it have to be this big? No, it doesn't have to be. Doesn't have to be 3 times the size of Drake, but it does have to be at least this size. It could be a little bit smaller, I guess, just a little bit. But the smallest you could get is about the size of a 40-pound propane tank. The alcohol stills are for sale on Amazon. Oh, that's true. You're right, but they don't call it an alcohol still, though, right? They call it like a water distiller, right? I don't know. You want to see a continuous small version? Unfortunately, the reason why a small version can't be continuous is because it's not long enough for the chamber to where, as the plastic is in there and rotating down and down and down, It's carbon by the time it reaches the end. Look, I put plastic in the beginning. By the time it reaches the end of this machine, it's still plastic. Because it's not long enough. There's not enough time of it breaking down. This machine is over 100 inches long, 3 times the length of this. Now, I could still be wrong. But in theory, with a very slow rotation of the blades, by the time the plastic reaches the end, it'll be completely carbon. So then we can have an output at the end where the carbon will just naturally fall out and catch all of the plastic. Or not plastic, but carbon. So that's the goal. Now this could be continuous, but it would not be able to be continuously discharged. This could be continuously fed. So technically, because you can always put the blades in forward and reverse. Forward and reverse. Forward and reverse. But that gets old, you know. Especially when you're doing this industrially, you'll want to be able to just keep the same blade rotation. Because you get high torque motors that you don't have to worry about trying to reverse them. You know? So, yeah. So anyways, guys, we're gonna get started welding. Cause yeah, we've been talking for a little bit now. You guys remember what this is? What is this? The most important part. This is the most important part of our reactors because this is what creates the microwaves themselves. What is it called? The all-spark? The magnetron. All right, you guys right. It's the magnetron. Thank you for paying attention. I love your jokes. Home skill doesn't need continue. Yeah, the home skill, because look, this home skill machine, it would process a week of my family's plastic waste in one day. So it doesn't need to be continuous anyway, right? How was your interview with an influencer like Rachel Cook? It was a pretty good interview because I think what she did right, she posted on her story like what questions should I ask him, and some people sent some pretty good questions. So it was a pretty good interview. The whole thing is up on my YouTube. Mods who can take over. Hey, hey Memory, are you on the TikTok? Do we have any other mods on the TikTok? Giovanni needs some help with keeping the Cash App pinned in the chat. Who wants to help? If you guys want to help on TikTok, I'll make you a moderator, but you have to be active and you have to help Giovanni, okay? And I'm not just active now, but for the future as well. Oh, you're here, Tyreek. Okay, good. Tyree Malik. You'll help? But will you be active though? Will you just help today, or will it actually be you're helping consistently? Where are you from? I'm originally from Chattanooga, but I'm in Georgia now. That's where I'm based out of. I'm based out of Georgia. All right, I'll make you a moderator, Angel. All right, there we go. Thank you guys, thank you. Yeah, we all help each other out. All right, so we're gonna get started welding soon. I'm getting all my stuff on. Oh, you're from the country of Georgia. Okay. Do you... let's see. You can't have the revolution without evolution. It's inevitable to break the law to create something good. Well, that's why I'm saying I'm gonna write the book. And then people, like, I don't make this gatekept. Because look, I'm not doing illegal things and selling these machines, but look, somebody sees my book and they know how to weld and stuff and they want to make their own assembly line of making homemade machines, go ahead, more power to you. More power to you. I'm not trying to be the guy, the only person in the world that has this as gatekept and I hold the key. I literally want people to know how to build these. That's why I posted on my YouTube video how to make it. So we go live putting this thing together because I believe in education. I believe in open source. I believe in the world together, coming together to solve problems. I don't believe we need some big governing body or some people that hold the keys to all the control and power in the world to decide what we do. I believe that we as people, ultimately, I mean, we have the power. We've just been told we don't. That's it. We've just been told we don't have the power, but ultimately, there's nobody or no control that can just tell us as the people what to do, because the whole society is based off of our appeal as us as the people. So therefore, we actually have always had the control. So when people tell me to be scared, I'm like, scared of what? Why? They should be scared of us. They are scared of us. They just don't want you to think they are. The same. all an illusion. It's all a front. It's like a small dog that barks super loud, but you don't see the dog, right? You just hear it barking. You think it's a really, really big dog. It's a little poodle. It's a little poodle. But your fear of that little dog gets you killed. Not the little dog itself. Your fear of it. See? That's the analogy of all of life with all these forces and corporations and entities that control us. Exactly. It's 99% versus 1%. Who really has the power? Come, dude, you kidding me? Let's be real. Guys, look, the thing about like this, I know this might sound like I'm talking bad on us, but trust me or not. We're like ants. Okay? Now, that might be like ants. What the hell? But look, a beetle, a big old Hercules beetle can destroy an individual ant. But if a million ants or even 100 overwhelm that beetle, it's done. Every time. They beat it every time. And that's what we are. Maybe one-on-one, we may not have it, but we come together, there's no chance. There's just too many. There's no chance. We don't even have to be that strong individually. But we can be too. Just saying. There's just too many of us. So who really has the power? Who really has the control? And who is really just in an illusion that somebody else, a small group of people, has more control than 8 billion of us? There's not even like a billion of them, and there's like 8 billion of us. Who really has the true power? Come on, let's keep it real. Let's get these cameras set up. Yeah, this is gonna take me a second here, guys, because I got quite a few cameras. We always go live on 3 to 4 things, and then I have an actual camera for the YouTube video. So I'm MIG welding, flux core 035. Let me see if I can flip the camera here on the face. Or... No, Ryan, flux core is not that the gases are infused in the wire. Flux core is when the wire has internal shielding material called flux built into the wire. So it's just like stick welding. Guys, I wish you could see the amount of cameras I have right now literally set up. There are literally 5 cameras all pointed towards this same tank right now. It's kind of mad. This is the life of a streamer right here. In fact, I'll show you guys on TikTok what this looks like, because we got the most people on TikTok. Look. All that you see, you also have to remember the TikTok itself is on this mount. It's a lot of cameras right now. All right, we're gonna get started, guys. Now look, guys, on Instagram. Look at how many cameras we have set up. We're really live on so many things, mate. Honestly. Wanna bless you on cash, man. I appreciate you, Ghostface. If you do donate right now, I won't see it, man, because I'm about to go get to welding. Well, I'll see it later, but yeah. But you can also donate a little bit later in the Q&A, and I will see it. But right now, we're about to get to start at welding, so I won't see it. But I always appreciate you, man, because you always bless so much, man. So much love to you. All right, I'm just gonna get my welding helmet on and my mask on, and we're gonna get started, guys. All right. Guys, we have created a Drake. It's absolutely humongous. Anyways, I flipped it up like this because it's going to be raining tomorrow. So I'm going to spray paint the welds black so that way the welds don't rust like they did before. But there you have it. It's literally if you put two of me on top of each other. So it's almost 10 foot tall. There you have it. Absolute. Thank you, Christopher, on Facebook. But look, guys, we have done 6 welds on both joints. So the likelihood of any of those welds, I guess you could say, being compromised, very, very slim because there's so many of them. And they were all done at high heat. Hey, what's up? Greetings to Ireland. Much love, much love. You didn't think it'd be that big. I didn't think so either until I flipped it up. When I flipped it up, matter of fact, wait, one second. Let me do something here. We have not tested the welding yet, no. We're going to, though. We're going to test it for sure. Just like the smart thing to do, of course. But man, it's an absolute unit. Let me get my YouTube stand up higher so you guys can truly see how big this thing is, how tall this thing is. Guys on Instagram, we just finished the second weld of the 3rd propane tank on this. And just, you know, I'm going to keep it simple, the explanation of how big this is. It's a Drake, guys. I can barely see the top of it. We got a cash app. We got $1 from Jesus. Thank you, Jesus, for the $1 on Cash App. I appreciate you, man. Where can I buy the same? Do you know? I get all my stuff from the scrapyard, my scrapyard microwaves from the magnetrons. I got 1 propane tank from the scrapyard. The rest were bought. Thanks to you guys for all your donations. We were able to buy 2 new propane tanks for this, but you can pretty much get everything you need from the scrapyard. That's what I've done on my past ones. Yeah, this is not 1, but 3. Crazy, right? Absolutely crazy. Obviously, you can see the welds at the top are rusted. So that's why I have it stood up like this, because it's gonna rain tomorrow. You can see by the clouds. I'm gonna spray paint them black so they don't rust anymore. When are you gonna work on it? We just finished doing the 6 welds total on both of the joints. We're doing that live. I just restarted the live on Instagram, but sometimes it goes out. Why do you work so hard? Because I believe that Earth deserves this. People deserve to know that this is real technology and that they can do it themselves at home too. And much love to Romania. We're from Romania. It's not time in your country. What time is it in your country? It is 4 p.m. in my country. You speak like a G. You know thing like a G. You do thing like a G. Man, you are a real G. I want you to know. People see it. Well, thank you, man. Thank you on the YouTube. I'm glad that we were able to get this live stream on so many platforms. So, guys, 3 propane tanks welded together. What's next, you ask? The manway is what's next. The lid. It should be arriving either today or tomorrow. Listen, I'm not doing any more welding today, guys. I've done enough welding for the day. But it's going to be raining tomorrow. We got $2 from Mason Jarrett on Cash App. Thank you so much, Mason Jarrett. We got $3 from Alberto. Alberto, thank you for the $3. He said, good luck on the project. Thank you, Alberto, and thank you, Mason, for your donations on Cash App. I appreciate you all. So, it's going to be raining tomorrow. I'm not welding in the rain. We're going to get the manway either today or tomorrow. It might already have been delivered. So we're going to weld it Wednesday. We're going to do the first weld. You guys have known that you've been here. The root weld is always the longest weld. The root weld itself takes a whole day. Thank you, Etheria. How have you been, Etheria? We got $15 from Frankie Alvarado. Thank you, Frankie Alvarado, for the $15 on Cash App. I appreciate you. I appreciate you for your donations, guys. We've been doing this for a little bit now. It's just like, okay. Mark 4. Let's take a look at Mark 4. We got $5 from, another $2 from Mason Jarrett. Mason Jarrett, thank you again for your donations, man. I appreciate you so much. Look, Mark 4. Just for, man, this is crazy. This is actually crazy. Look, Mark 4, which was my biggest machine before. Let's stand Mark 4 up. Let's just, why not, right? Why not stand it up? Let's see how it compares. Like we're about to go to space with it. Dude, it doesn't even compare. It literally is. It doesn't even like it. It ain't shit. Mark 4 is nothing. Look how small Mark 4 is. An absolute baby. Let me show you guys on YouTube, because you guys on YouTube don't even see this to the extent we're all seeing it. Mark 4 is a little baby. A little baby. $2 again from Mason on Cash App. Mason Jarrett, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mason. I appreciate it, man. You're really helping out, contributing to the project history. Mark 4.5, thank you so much. Yeah, exactly, Etheria. Literally a big thing. Like, what the heck? I never made a thing this big before. Good God, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. Thank you for the badge, Home with Phoenix, on Instagram. I appreciate you. Guys, what do you think? I mean, is this as crazy to you guys as it is to me? You sent 5. Thank you, Twist 1000. Sometimes the Cash App takes a second to come through, but I guarantee you, when I get the 5 from your Cash App, I will definitely make sure I call you up, man. But I appreciate you, Twist, and I see that you're a subscriber and you have a badge as well. So thank you, Twist 1000, for your support for the project, man. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you. That could not withstand any PSI. You're going to blow yourself up. This is made for propane tanks that withstand 200 PSI 24/7 for years. So, and I did 6 really, really high heat, well-penetrating welds. So I guess time will tell, right? Ian's Adventures, thank you for the roses. Thank you for the roses, Ian's Adventures, on the TikTok. But I selectively chose propane tanks for this reason. To make sure that if something's gonna fail, okay, it'll be my welds, but not the metal itself, because I've made them out of 55-gallon drums before. Thin metal has blown up. I've made Mark IV out of propane tanks just like this, 40-pound propane tanks, no explosions. So, like I said, time will tell, but I don't think it's gonna explode. These machines don't even operate under a lot of pressure at all. Most of the time, they're literally just at most 2-3 psi, but sometimes there are little spikes. It might get up to 10. We're gonna have a pressure release valve on there, of course. Much love to South Africa. Yeah, guys. I mean, what do you guys think, honestly? Because is this just me? Like, I could be biased, but this thing is crazy, man. I was not expecting it to be that big until I stood it up. Crazy. Can't wait to get this manway on. Because listen, guys, once we get the manway on, we get the legs on it, just like we did Mark IV, put the wheels on the legs. Then we start to put on the pipes, because now we know which direction is up, which direction is down. Start to weld on the pipes. Then start to build the blades. Thank you, Frank, for the donations. Start to put together the blades, get the shaft, get that installed. We're actually not very far from completion. Now, there's a lot to do. Well, there's a little amount to do left, but the individual tasks are the most tedious thing ever. You're going to see when I built those blades live, it is the most dirty and messy and tedious thing ever. Do you simulate your designs in any software programs? I don't. That's a great question, Home with Phoenix. I don't, and I'll tell you why. Because for one, I don't have any software. And for two, microwave software on predicting how microwaves will work is super sophisticated. Like, that's hard to get your hands on unless you like are in the industry. You said intelligent men are so attractive. Well, I'm assuming that's a compliment my way, so I'll take it that way. But thank you for your compliment. I'm his wife too. So yeah, guys, this is crazy. Man, I say your technology plus Tesla turbine plus BTC would change the world. What is BTC? What about halogenated plastics? If you're gonna use halogenated plastics, you have to put things in there to counteract the halogens. If we put PVC in there, we have to put calcium oxide to neutralize the chlorine, for example. So you gotta be thinking ahead. Bitcoin. Oh, BTC is Bitcoin. Oh, okay. Well, ultimately, this technology is for all of humanity. It's going to integrate into everything we have, so, shoot. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. I'm excited. Honestly, I'm excited. It's looking really good, guys. It's looking really good, and I have so much confidence in these welds because I've never done so many welds on a single thing. And usually, at most, I'll do 3, but to do 6, at that point, you're just making sure that you're set. So that's not going to be our issue at all. It's a good old solid steel. So, guys, also I'll tell you, I decided I'm going to paint the whole reactor black. And then I'm going to have my stickers to put on it, and they're going to really stick out, my green stickers. And I'm going to tell you why black. I want it all black because black is, when something is all black, it's a serious color. And this is Mark 4.5, the last machine before we go industrial. This isn't a science fair project anymore. It has to be taken seriously. And we could have the little green with my logo, and it's going to really pop out. It's going to be matte. It's going to be, well, it depends, because I've only seen matte high-heat black paint. I've never seen glossy high-heat black paint. But, because glossy could work too. Stainless steel was reflective. Definitely gonna rain tomorrow. So yeah, guys, that's what I decided on. We're gonna do all black. You said it's not real, is it? I don't know. There's just a humongous tower in my backyard that's just like completely CGI. I don't know. I don't think it's real either. Your technology makes energy from waste. That energy can be efficiently converted into electricity with the modern Tesla turbine. Oh, that's so true. Yeah, the integration with other things is going to be crazy. There's just a huge obelisk in my backyard right now. It's just sat there. It's not real, though. This can't be real. Oh, goodness. Good stuff, good stuff. And everybody that's been here when I've been welding, I know most people leave when I'm welding because it's pretty much kind of boring, but hey, respect to you, because I certainly had to still sit there in that long process of welding. I mean, between these two joints alone, that probably was collectively almost 10 hours of welding, right? Maybe not 10, maybe like 5 hours of welding. So, yep. Yeah, I'm still live, Giovanni. I'm about to get off, though, because we're going to go on the Q&A later tonight. You know what I'm saying? Around 7, maybe 7:30 p.m. EST. Thank you all for stopping by and joining. Hopefully, we'll be welding on the manway next. Appreciate all you guys for donating. I'll see you guys later tonight. Let's change the world, guys. Wait 1 second. I see a comment. This guy said, I respect the welds, but stop lying to these people saying it's a reactor or whatever. Well, I don't say it's a reactor to try to come off like a scientist or cool. I call it a reactor because by nature of what the definition of reactor means, it literally is. By definition, a reactor is a device that performs reactions. When we put plastic in this machine and turn it into fuel, that is a permanent chemical change, which is a reaction. We're applying heat to form a reaction of plastic to get the fuels out. So by definition, it is a reactor. That's just what it is. If I were to call it anything else, it'll be inaccurate. So, yeah. Anyways, guys, like I said, I'll be on later tonight. Respect everybody. Thank you for the donations, and peace out.